Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the Be Seen and Be Remembered live LinkedIn event, and which will be also recorded to the podcast. Welcome, everyone, for joining. And today I'm thrilled to have Adrienne Barker to join our conversation. She, I've known her for many, many years. And what was what stayed with me was first when we met, and we met sometime on LinkedIn, and she's also in the promotional product, and she was in the promotional product industry. She was in it for 35 years, and we got connected, got talking, and I discovered she has a Adrienne Speaks, a podcast, and it was so inspiring to see. She was doing it and showing up and also helping other entrepreneurs discovering their story journey. And I was like, wow, that is so cool. And the fact that she has a no prep on her podcast, for inviting guests to speak. And I was like, wow, I can do that. That is so cool. So I joined her podcast years ago, and, her business has evolved from a promotion product consultant, and she discovered the need to be seen online, and create LinkedIn visibility. So she started her professional global advocate business, and she was helping, or she still is, helping people with business etiquette in LinkedIn visibility, and seeing the need to, evolve and also keep up with AI. She started completely something new, and I wanted to introduce you to our very own special guest, Adrienne. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sue, for making space today for me. I really appreciate it. I'm happy to be here.
Welcome joining. Yeah, and I know we talked about LinkedIn visibility. You've been helping your client and businesses being seen on LinkedIn for over a decade. Share with us a little bit, about what are they maybe best kept secret that and what keeps people invisible online.
You got it. So first, with LinkedIn, I've always loved LinkedIn. Even actually, I've been on it for over 20 years. I understood that LinkedIn would allow me to have the bucket of future orders, right? So when you're working with your clients and you're working in the present, you want to connect with your client on LinkedIn. Actually, a lot of times I would take the phone call and I would pop on their LinkedIn right away. And that would tell me, who they are, what they did, their business, how they felt about their about section. So I could try to find you love my motorcycle riding. I do too. It gave you all of that. So I understood that it was good for the present. And then I understood that for the future business that I may need them. This will be something that I can invite them to events, let them know that I'm going on the road to sell a new product, or it's the beginning of the year. We have all new things to share. So that's where I really realized, okay, LinkedIn is great for that. And where I wanted to spend my energy and not really necessarily on Facebook, which is more fun to me. So I knew LinkedIn was going to be the business one for me. And then all of a sudden, words started coming out. Credibility. This is the year for trust. A thought leader, executive leader, credibility online. And that's when I was like, oh, there's so much more to LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is where you could show your authority. And people buy from people that they know, like, and trust. That's all in our head. We know that, especially when you're selling promotional products, and especially when you're starting out with new clients and they're, maybe getting quotes and they're looking around. What's going to make you different than the next person that's actually selling the same kind of pens? And that's where I felt, it is definitely under professional global etiquette, which is where you need to actually make sure that you are, presenting yourself in the best possible light. And in all honesty, Sue, when you go to eat with a vendor or you take your clients out to eat and you know the silverware, the tableware, and you understand how to take the bill and, pay and all that stuff, you can relax and enjoy a conversation and talk about yourself and your business without all those other worries. So that's really why I started Professional Global Etiquette 12 years ago, because I knew that it would be the start of building credibility. I just didn't know it would be the buzzword in 2026.
Right. And now everybody is on LinkedIn, right? I have Facebook account, I have Twitter, I have TikTok and all of that. Oh, and Instagram, but the one that I consistently, showing up is LinkedIn, because a lot of our clients are on there. And like you said, we have a client who find us on ChatGPT, and believe me or not, this year we have way more than, any other channel, and cloud and Google, for clients who are coming to Chicago or Boston, because we have those two locations. When they come for events, they'll look for someone from the United States, that knows the culture and, knows the audience, and also manage the logistics too, because they don't want to deal with customs, right? And all the headache. They just want peace of mind knowing, there's a professional who is helping them, a team who helps them with design, and also making sure they know, the company actually delivers, what they said they will do, right? And that is what a lot of clients are finding us on ChatGPT and cloud in today. And that is why we have this conversation. We have Adrienne here, because it has changed. We maybe 3 years ago, we talked about, don't touch AI. We don't want AI, right? But now everybody is, literally, everybody, most people, I should say, are learning, using AI, learning AI, adopting, right? And especially for small businesses, it's important to keep up with what's going on. And yes, I'm on LinkedIn a lot of time, and I see your posts too, and see how your business has evolved, right? Seeing the need, and you've created the PressLaunch.vip too. Tell us a little bit about that too.
And can we go back to LinkedIn for 1 second? So I just want to say, it's really the only platform where you can, not the only one, but you could do an outreach, right? And so when I started with LinkedIn, that's why I kind of started with suppliers, helping them reach out to distributors, and distributors helping you reach out to your end user. You can invite people on Facebook, put to your page, but you can't start communication and connections with them like you do on LinkedIn. So that's what makes LinkedIn so great for the whole entire industry. What I think you're doing something like this with your podcast is helping the industry as a whole, because someone could be listening and going, promotional products, because first of all, that name, promotional products, is also tied into Instagrammers, followers, they're promoting products. And so we've kind of lost that leverage on the old word advertising specialties, promotional products. And that's why we go to logo brand, branded merchandise, logo branded merchandise. Some people still love to use the word swag, though swag can mean something different for someone else. So I think that it's important that every time you're speaking to someone, including myself, you're reinforcing the industry and how important this industry is to businesses, and that it's not just picking out a pen off a catalog or online somewhere. It's really getting the best possible solution on how you can use it, no matter what the price is, whether it's a Waterford pen at, thousands of dollars, or a big pen, right? It doesn't matter. It's really understanding how best to really hand out that pen, buy the pen, what it looks like, all of that good stuff, even the color of the ink, right? We go deep when it goes to doing logo merchandise. So I feel like nowadays, because there's so many people, and there's many of you that are doing it from your home when maybe you have a Cricut machine, but we need to like separate, right? You need to, if you've been in the business for over 10 years, you want that credibility. If you've created some amazing things, you should be getting like the pyramid awards and signing up for things like that. All of those are important. And those recognitions that you receive, whether it's, best in business in your local community, or you just got 40 under 40, or maybe you have, business of the year or best place to work, like whatever that looks like. Why are we not getting enough press for that? Because those kind of articles are what helps the individual and our industry as a whole. And I always felt this way, that's why I've always encouraged a lot of you, leaders like you, to get out there and do these kind of podcasts, write the articles, become a PPAI media expert, whatever that takes, because you're helping all of us. That's the most important. So I help our industry. I curated all the list of all of the associations. So you could do a standard, which is in essence, I'm emailing for you your press release. I could write it up for you if that's what you like, or I have a full wire service so that it goes everywhere. It's like 600 locations that I can show you where they all go. But getting that press, think about it this way. Forget about being humble. Stick your chest out, as we like to say, and brag a little bit, because you're not just bragging for yourself, you're bragging for the entire industry. And that's why I created PressLaunch.vip, because I want you to be able to stand out in the crowd.
I love that. And, if you don't speak for yourself, and if you are not showing up, I mean, who will, right? Especially the entrepreneurs who are the only one, or, now I have a team of 4, but, when I started, I was one person doing it all, right? But so that it's important to have the partners who knows, what they are doing for PR, for press release, and rather than figure it out on their own, right? And I just thought it's super inspiring to see that you started PressLaunch.vip, and I was like, wait, we need to get Adrienne to the podcast, talk about that, how she helps other entrepreneurs being seen and be remembered. And tell me, how has it changed, in the PR field 5 years ago and now?
A lot of it is really money, right? So when I created PressLaunch.vip, which is really the only one that niches out for the promo industry, podcast hosts, small businesses, financial wealth strategists. But 5 years ago, we really did. We thought of press as something that was almost $3,000 to $5,000, that you had to hire a PR person, and a PR person will do a lot more than just send out a press release. I am kind of mid-cycle, right? I know how to get you booked on podcasts. I know where to go to get you booked on stages. I know how to get you in magazines. Now I can offer you to get pitched on, for press releases. All of that is good. And that's where that whole ecosystem goes for those of you that really say to yourselves, I want to be a thought leader. I want to be on the PPAI stage. I want to be on ASI stage. I want people to call me. I want to be speaking to my own groups here. I want to be on the Wild Wednesday whack, for all the regional associations. Like, if you want to get there, you need to have proof. And that may not just be a YouTube video that you have out there. People want to learn from those that really understand. And I do want to say that it really helps the opportunity to vibe code. And I've always said this as a vibe coder, you could be a vibe coder, but that doesn't mean I really know how I built something. But what I do know is that years ago, I would be like, I want to sell to all the teachers unions, and these are the products I want to sell. And then I'd have to wait for the IT department to create something. I'd have to draft it out, and I'd have to wait. Now, all that creativity that's in our head, you guys, we can just vibe code a site. And then I would recommend getting someone great. I've got Lisa Waters, who's helping me, who's turning it and making sure that everything is on a solid foundation, because of Manus.ai, MANUS.ai story. If you're not familiar with it, if you're interested, you could look it up. But, we've had to make some changes too, to make sure that we are up to date and in accordance, protecting our clients' information. So this is really the first site where I'm taking money in, right? Like there's a cost to it. A lot of the things that I've created have been kind of for fun and for my own thought leadership too. But I don't, I have authority.audit.vip, an amazing site. You put in your name. I think you used it, right? You put in your
Yes.
name and your website.
Yes,
I don't
I
ask for
had
an
to.
email. Go ahead.
Yeah, your name and website. I have to say, I was impressed that the minute I see the report coming up, and all you need is to type in your name and email. It will show your visibility score, credibility, and where you need to work on to improve your visibility and credibility online. And I was so happy to see Magic Promotions or Sue Wei, the name. I got 8 out of 10, but we still have work to do, which the platform said more on the press release and e-news, all of that. So which is what I see what you are doing, and I was like, wait, great. This is something that will help a lot of other entrepreneurs, and I want to bring you to the conversation so you could share with us. So how can you tell us how to find the website? Is it authorityshift dot?
Oh, it's authority.audit.vip. So, when you create a variety of websites to help your, clients, friends, followers, I have them all under adriennebarker.com, and then you can see all of my sites, but it's PressLaunch.vip. And that I just think it's one of the greatest sites. I think just like if you're going to sell your clients something, right? My secret was to go in and always ask to see the closet. Do you have a promo closet I could peek at? And then, right, that would immediately give me an idea of what they were ordering, what it looked like. Was everything boxed? Did they have it all clean? Were they organized with it? Because as I'm going to sell, I can use that as a reference, right? Well, wait a second, they're a little messy, or they're taking from the top down and not from the bottom up, right? Pens can dry out. So, I even had a client one time, I went in. Do you remember when they made the disposable bags, like biodegradable plastic bags? And so they had the bags and they kept pulling from the new boxes that were coming in. By the time that they got to the bottom box, it was all biodegraded. They had already started to degrade. Yeah. So like even understanding that, I always felt that this industry, and I mentioned about the ink color in a pen. I mean, you have to know so much. You could take a beautiful order of 25,000 pens and then like, oh my God, what color ink? I didn't ask. I forgot to ask, like all those things. So you've got to think ahead. And this industry it's not for everyone. It's difficult. But if you have that ability to really help your clients and you can really grow your business, whether you're new and you want to get your name out there, or maybe you are some of these amazing leaders out there that now are like, you know what, I've been in the industry for 35 years too. I didn't know I could get on stage. I didn't know that I could make a name for myself. And then there's those that are like, you know what, I don't need any of that. I'm good. And, I'm not really worried. And, people come to me, my clients love me and I'm all set. And that's good too. You have to know where you are in your own business. But I believe in becoming credible, and that it's very important in this day and age.
Yeah, it is so true. And, like you said, when you are selling or marketing, it making it personal, knowing your clients' preferences, focus on the person, the client, or the prospect, what their preferences, what they've done, and rather than pitching what I have, what's trendy, right? And that is so important after 13 years in the promotional product field I've been in. And we've created what we call intentional gifting. Rather than looking at what's the cheapest, what my competitors are doing, what the big brands are doing, or what's trendy, we look at your brand. What resonate with your brand, what speaks your message, what resonate with your audience, right? And that helps us create a special piece that will truly help you showing up as, your brand, and help them remember for what you want them to know, right? And we ask questions. What do you want people to feel when they receive your gift? Right? It's how you make them feel that will stay with them, right? And what you want people to remember about your brand, rather than random, generic gift, and that will end up in the back drawer. Worse yet, in the trash can. I heard stories again. People go to trade show and, receiving those gifts, but they don't take them away. And I had such a funny story from another day. I was at a work bar in Needham. And this person told me, knowing that I'm in the industry, and he told me that he went to an event, and at the end of the event, he got boxes of branded sanitizers, in the year of 2020, right? And he brought it back, and his wife said, "Why did you bring so many sanitizers home? And what are we gonna do with that?" So you know what? 2 months later came they were the pandemic, right?
Oh, wow.
And they were like, "Thank goodness we have those."
That is a funny story. I love that. It's funny because for years, like everything you're talking about is great and you're branding the company. I'm so different because I brand the person behind it. And sometimes that's a piece that we're missing. But I will tell you that I used to love campaigns. I love working with the candidates and I love branding them. So it's funny when I started, when I really looked at myself in the mirror and I'm like, what do you love doing? It's like, I love branding the person. That's why I always tried to grab all of the candidates' business. Like that was so important to me. And even back in the day, I'd be like, okay, I want to create a website for them and blah, 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 blah. But everything took so much time. But now if I was back to selling, which I have no interest in doing, but if I was, I would definitely be doing like candidates and making sure that the people, because you're looking at the companies, but then it's like, well, what about that person? What if this person is so green? They literally hug every tree, and yet you just sent them out to hand out plastic water bottles, the regular plastic ones, not an actual sports bottle at an event. That's not even like who they are, right? So even that is why you really want to take a look at the individual themselves. I used to say that, who's going to be handing it out at the trade show? What does that person believe in? So I love a whole 360 look when you are selling. And that now you're differentiating yourself. You're not the same as everyone else. Sue is different from anyone else. And I love hearing that you're getting a lot of business. And you brought up ChatGPT, which is really cool. And yes, now you can start doing ads. I've actually created in my authority.audit.vip the Google Knowledge Panel. And there's things that people can do on their own. I'll do a workshop on that soon. What can you do just to, you don't have any money to spend on a budget for yourself, but what are the things that you can do? How do you write the articles? The newsletters, all of that. That's what I love to do. That's my thing, because if I can make someone profitable, because credibility grows your profit. Trust is going to grow your profit. So that's how I look at it.
Yes, it's first was visibility, credibility, and it comes profitability, right?
And authority.
And authority. Yes, absolutely. And I've used your PressLaunch.vip just last month, and I love how user friendly it is. And it's like, someone holding your hand, helping you, write it from the PR standpoint, right? What you want to get out. And, it also has AI features to help rewrite, which makes it so easy. I'm that person that would type and and delete, type and delete. And these days AI makes it so much easier. Now that I'm using AI to write for the entire thing, what I do is I will spit out my ideas, put it all down, blah blah blah, all of that, and then help ChatGPT organize it for me, refine it for me. So
You know what I love that you're doing that is you're not using it to give you ideas. See, I think that's brilliant. I'll ask for ideas for my client, but for myself, I want it to be my own topic. I give it to them with my words. And if you are using AI, I would just say whatever platform you're using, learn it and understand it enough, because the other day I'm going to be doing like a comedy skit over the weekend for an event. And I can't believe that when I asked it to write a little skit on me, it knew that I don't know how to, well, I'm going to whisper to you, I don't know how to load the dishwasher. And so I'm like, how did it pick? At what point did I say, I don't know how to load the dishwasher? But actually, I must have had it somewhere, because I actually am the worst dishwasher loader in the world. And it grabbed it. So if you want it to know you, oh my God, once it knows your flavor, your tone, what you think, like it makes it so much easier for the work that you have to do in our industry. I'm kind of a little jealous. I wish I had it when I was selling, because it would have made such a big difference. So if you're
right.
not using it, call someone, call me, and I'll help you to figure out how you use it. And it's not expensive. And I don't even understand why you wouldn't use it.
Right. Yeah. I just love, those tools. I use Cloud a lot. And, for my assistant that helped me with things, I would build skills, email skills, and social media skills, and branding skills, all of that, so that when she or he is doing that, she knows exactly what to do or what not to do, right? And Claude, it's now my favorite tool, and it's $20 per month. You can get a lot done with Claude. And yeah, and I just love that you see the opportunity, and started the PressRelease.vip, and you are that creative mind, right? You see those things going on around you, and you identify opportunity, you showed up and created something that will help other people. And I see you've been going to the event called Creative Con. If I'm
Oh my gosh, I love Creative Com. They're coming to Orlando. I just put it in I hope I spelled that right. Yes. So Creative Con is actually really did open the doors for me. I spoke the first year in 2025. 2026 was incredible. I speak every Thursday mornings from 8 to 8:30 on Breakfast with Champions on Clubhouse, which is a social audio app. I also, can I just promote that I also, this cute little face right here, or old face, is also the co-host of Debate the News True Crime. So what do I do for fun? I do true crime with Joseph Labasco, and we have a very popular podcast, actually. So tune in if you like any of the stories. If you like true crime, we do that. But, I like to be well-rounded in my age right now, in my life. I'm enjoying doing the things that I love. And I didn't realize how much I love taking the creativity and building something. So PressLaunch.vip, I'm really thrilled with, but people can do it themselves. Actually, this tomorrow morning at 8 to 8:30, I'm talking about, building and what it takes and how do you do it. What happened to me was I had a problem. I had to type 25 to 45 emails one at a time to promote Rebecca's podcast, Whiny Palooza. Like, that's a lot. That would have taken hours. In that time, I was able to build something because it was in my head. I knew what I wanted. I understood it. Don't try to use something and try to create something that you are unfamiliar with. I wouldn't use it to learn how to sell couches or things that I don't know, right? So if you know something, you're going to build it. And Authority Audit.vip, that was built for myself. I'm working with someone. If I'm working with you, Sue, and you're like, I got to get a start. Who are you? How are you seen? What is your knowledge panel? And so I think a lot of people, when you have a problem, you build it. And I will share, I was going to build something for finding RFPs. And then it was a little bit too much for me. But if anyone is ever thinking about that, I'll share all my information on what I was thinking of doing, because a lot of people in our industry, if you like to sell to schools, you want to get you want to get your name in there in the city or the state, and then you want to start looking at RFPs. So anyways, there's so much out there. Don't think that everyone has already built it. Recognize that you could build it yourself.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much. This is such a fun and informative conversation. I learned a lot from you, and we'll definitely keep the conversation. I know you had a meeting coming up in a few minutes, so we'll continue the conversation. I appreciate you, Adrienne, and check out PressLaunch.vip or connect with Adrienne on LinkedIn. And yeah, everyone have a great day. And thanks, Adrienne. Have a great day. Talk soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.